Well, I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds. I'm having a great time here in Toronto, Ontario, talking to the good people at the National Association of Career Colleges and the Career Colleges of Ontario. All come together. They know that a rising tide floats all boats. They like to share ideas amongst each other to make sure that everybody is successful in this field. Collaboration is the key word around this place, to be sure. Why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us what you do.
My name is Emidio D'Alfonso. I'm the Vice President of Skilled Trades for North American Trade Schools. I've been in the sector for over 28 years at this point, and I oversee skilled trades and daily operations of career colleges in Ontario.
So skills trades, tell me a little bit about that. What does all that mean?
Skilled trades is any programs that lead to some sort of working with your hands, and I know all programs lead to working with your hands, but things more on the construction side. So electrical, pre-apprenticeship, HVAC, gas technician, network cabling, home renovation technician, welding. Those are kind of some of the programs that we focus on.
So all the things that are very much needed in society right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as we get colder in Ontario and the rest of Canada, you know, the gas technicians keeping the furnaces up and running are going to be really important.
So, you know, what you're training here for jobs that are needed in the moment, and your ability to create, employees for the workforce it's remarkable. People walk out of the colleges and right into the job site. Talk to me about the importance of having people ready to go to work right away.
Absolutely. One of the misconceptions is that, you know, you can just go onto a job site and find work. Employers are so busy, and there's such a shortage of the labor force that they need people that are ready, trained, that have safety certifications, that have real knowledge to be useful employees on the job site. And so when they graduate from our schools, you know, they got certifications, they got safety certifications, they might have a certain license that they can carry with them, and they're ready to be productive members of their workforce, and employers don't have to sit there and try to train them and move forward. So I think it really gives them an upper hand when they're entering the workforce.
You know, and the other thing too is your industry or industries, it's always changing. It's evolving over time, new technologies, new tools coming out, requiring you to really pay attention to what's happening out there so that you can give the students the best possible experience in education. Talk to me about the importance of that loop, closing that loop.
You know, I think the best way to look at it is, in our own personal homes, many of us have a smart thermostat or a smart light switch and whatnot. And, you know, the intricacies of the technical skills that are required to program or to set that up has really grown over the years. You know, it's not uncommon to see an HVAC technician with a laptop when they're servicing a furnace, or when they're doing that type of work, or an electrician working with, you know, Cat 6 cables that, you know, they're doing different types of lighting, and, you know, everybody wants to be able to change their lights in their house or through their apps on their phones. And so it's definitely evolved, and it's evolving quickly. Like, we're, you know, year over year, technology is really, really changing, and, you know, we're getting our students ready. We're keeping them up to date on that and making sure that they understand all the new things that are coming in. We bring in industry partners to explain what's happening. So it's try to keep them very relevant, and also try to make sure that they have that edge when they get onto the workforce.
How long does a typical program last in skills trade?
You know, anywhere from as short as 6 months to just over a year, depending on the trades.
Yeah, so that's a very consumable piece right there, anywhere from 6 months to a year. And then, of course, they're going into jobs that, I mean, they're pretty well-paying jobs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. The journey person that has done their apprenticeship, they're making great money. There's great opportunities right across the country. You know, it's not specific to just Ontario. Construction is booming right across. We keep hearing about a housing shortage. We got to build them, so somebody's got to always be there to do that. And I always like to remind people, like, you know, you might have a province that has, you know, 20,000 housing starts. You know, an average house has 2 bathrooms, so that's 40,000 toilets that need to get installed, and you know, 60,000 sinks and faucets and whatnot. And so when you start thinking of it in those numbers, you start to realize how much labor you really require to get that done.
Talk to me about the importance of coming into a conference like this where everybody's sharing ideas. And it might be a massage therapy course that's going through some pains with provincial government conversation or whatever, or having some great success. But everybody gets to share in the ideas and the successes of one another. Talk to me about the importance of that.
I've been attending the conference every year for many, many years, and each year it's grown and it's more relevant. But the most important part of the conference is the networking. Seeing other schools, knowing what they're doing, our vendors, our sponsors of the conference, understanding what's happening in our industry, new curriculum that's happening. But the opportunity to speak to people face to face is the part that's really beneficial. That interaction, that networking keeps you connected to our sector, and it allows you to see what other people are doing and help each other. Like you said, there might be a pain point in massage, and you might have an opportunity to resolve something that you never thought of. So it's really all about networking.
There'd be people watching this conversation looking at maybe a transition in a career or starting a career. Maybe a mom or a dad or an aunt or uncle saying this would be great for so-and-so, this type of thing. What would you tell them about the career colleges, specifically about skills trades?
I think career colleges across Canada and in Ontario, we feel a need for that specific transitional period. People are working in fields and want to change. People want to go back into the workforce. And there's an opportunity for everybody to do that. And maybe skills trades isn't the way you want to go, or you want to go into healthcare, but the career colleges across the country have a lot of specialized programs to encourage people to come back into the workforce. And it's the smaller class sizes, the more attention to details, knowing your students' names, walking down the hall and getting to know who they are, and those are the pieces that help people transition back into school and back out to the workforce.
It's clear to me that you're pretty passionate about what you do. I can see it in your eyes when you talk about it. Tell me about what graduation day is like for you.
So, I always start off orientation of a new group, and I always end it and say, I look forward to seeing you at graduation, because that is the culmination of all the hard work that they've done, coming back to school, child care, juggling jobs, husbands, wives, partners, and getting through that whole year of changes and being successful, and knowing that we were just that little small part of changing their lives and helping them to walk across that stage is really, really rewarding. That's what keeps it going. I love graduation. For us, our graduation is actually next week, the 14th, and I'm so excited about being there and shaking people's hands and congratulating them for really being committed to changing their lives and just starting a new chapter.
Listen, it's been great to have you in conversation. Appreciate your lens on this, and I really appreciate what you're doing for this industry in Canada, particularly skilled trades. We need all the help we can get to build all those houses that you talk about.
Absolutely.
And you're a big part of that, so thank you.
Thank you. Take care.